Hello and welcome in. I'm Kermit418 and this is week 2 of season 3 of the Victory Lane Sports iRacing League. This will be the video recap of the cohort's performance. For the official Victory Lane Sports YouTube video, please see the link above or in the description below. So within the cohort, we have myself starting P8.
Mic check.
Further back in the field, we have EJ Luna starting P12. You just heard the man Joshua O'Connor rolling off P18 and bringing up the rear after an EOL from Daytona, David Stryker. So points after Daytona, we have EJ pulling off the win at Daytona, leading this championship. Myself had a P2 Daytona, didn't get as many bonus points as Christian. I'm third in points, and Stryker down there in 11th rounds out the cohort's standings heading into Richmond. Joshua O'Connor, this is his first race with the cohort, so he does not have points going into today's race. So we'll go ahead and skip ahead and watch the first lap as we come here to green from my cockpit. So I'm starting here on the outside. Pace car's in. Second gear start here. Green flag's out. And here we are. 125 laps, Richmond. As I mentioned, I'm starting P8. Starting outside, it wasn't ideal. I don't have a lot of track time here in the next gen, so I wasn't sure if I'd be able to gain any positions here on the outside, but as you're going to see here, that inside line, I think they were just conserving tires super early, which we're going to see as this race unfolds was the strategy. So I'm still holding my own on the outside here, so I just kept her going and wanted to see how the race would eventually come to me once I got to that inside line. So as you can see here, I settle in right behind Victor Lane on corner exit here, heading into turn 1. Further back, we'll go check with EJ, who's running P11, up 1 position. Joshua O'Connor already up 2, running in 16th as he's battling side by side with Greg, who gets a little loose on corner exit. This is a tricky track. You know, it's a tricky track, and the next gen really adds to it, especially corner exit. It's very easy to get loose. We'll go back, Dave Stryker. We'll check from a chase view, see what he's getting into. As you can see, just being super conservative, knowing that we have really clean driving in this league, so there's really no rush to get anywhere fast here. So we'll go ahead and see the first caution there as Greg gets loose ahead of Stryker. Single car incident. We'll do an incident recap at the end of this race, but that brings us to our first caution of the race. So we're going to skip ahead to the once we take the green flag.
Well, that was close.
Going into the caution, we have myself running P6, EJ Luna P11, Joshua O'Connor up 3 positions in P15, and Stryker down 1 from the starting position, but he took that EOL, so he's up 2. And we'll skip ahead. So here we are, lap 10, coming to the green flag. Just notice error on our scoring monitor. We'll go ahead and fix that. There we go, week 2. So on the high side, we got a good start. Cleared Victor on the low side there. Took the inside line. They checked up on the outside. Gave me a little bit of a run to get by P4. So we go from P6 to P4 on the restart, and now we're behind Mr. Greg McDaniel, which is going to be a familiar sight throughout the race, pretty much the entire race. So let's go back in the field and see what's going on with our other cohort brethren. As you can see here, we have Stryker and Josh O'Connor, Yopa J, running nose to tail. I'm working on an updated paint for Stryker so he can stop running the the Chevy paint on the Ford here, so it looks right. That's why his numbers aren't displaying here on the replay. We'll go ahead and hop in his cockpit for a little bit, see what it looks like from Yopa's perspective. So just being patient here. He chose not to qualify, knowing that he has the skill set to go ahead and save some tires and try to make some moves later in a race. And I think that's what his strategy was going into the race. See him battling here on the outside of, I believe, John Hastings. Greg Hammond, perhaps. Just pokes on the outside of Striker there. You can hear him feathering the throttle. Takes a low line to try to get below Ken Huff here. Further ahead, we can see Panic battling. Let's go take a look. Trying to get on the inside, right on his bumper. It's pretty good racing. We'll go ahead and hop back. Two of the Ford cohort members right here in your picture. Lap 17. In practice leading to this race, they both, I think they were 1 and 2 in practice. I can see here, I think Striker was going to go for the move. DM obviously had the corner, took the low line. Striker had to maybe hit the brakes a little bit harder than he was expecting. We'll go ahead and ride in this cockpit here. As he takes the high line here, he should get momentum to get below him on corner exit. And looks like he got below him, and contact there between the 19. We'll hop back out to TV. Everybody gets bunched up behind him. Pretty good contact there. I do believe DM received an EOL for coming down on him as aggressively as he did. But that's short track racing, you know, really fault to DM, but that, you know, that's just the nature of the game. So we're going to go ahead and bounce back up ahead. Everybody's single file racing. And we'll go ahead and do a 1 minute shut your trap. All right, we're gonna go ahead and skip ahead into green flag pit stops. Riding along here with Dwayne, who's gonna be starting our green flag pit runs. You can see he dives down here. We had a very early entry here for turn 3 to get in pit road, and here he comes around the bend. no issue. Plenty of room to spare between the cone there. And then with Greg pitting, this does allow me to stay out and take the lead a lap here. So we'll take a lap lead and a bonus point for leading a lap. We do plan on running all of our as many races as we can this year.
25, pity.
So hopefully having these bonus points might pay off at the end. Every point counts. So we're riding along here, and I do believe that we're going to come in this lap. We'll see if we bring it down on the backstretch here. Yes, sir. And here we are. So we'll follow the 46 Ken Huff into pit lane. Plenty of room. Oh, and the 55 Dale comes in slideways. Very nice. We have Joshua O'Connor, EJ Luna, and Stryker had got off pit sequence, pit a little bit earlier in the game. And we'll go ahead and skip ahead until 10 to go. And here we are running 12 to go. I'm still P4 behind Greg McDaniel, as I mentioned. We have Joshua O'Connor running P6 behind Dale. Again, he started P18, driving up to P6. Heck of a race. A little further back, we have Dave Stryker on the inside of Panic and DM here. And then Panic, unfortunately, got caught speeding on the green flag run. So he went a couple laps down, 1 or 2 laps down. So he's running back here in 19th for position with DM, Dustin Martinson. DM makes contact with the outside wall there. 10 to go. We'll hop back up with myself as EJ just squeezes by on the inside of Greg, who suffered that early damage early on, which put him off pace. As I mentioned, familiar sight, running behind Greg McDaniel the entire race. We gave him everything we had here. Right about 10 to go. We were trying to push, but we pushed a little bit too hard, and we really didn't have much for him. As you can see, I'm missing the apron there. I'm just blasting through my right front. Right along with Josh O'Connor. We're going to bounce back with EJ here. I might have missed. I believe there was contact. There was contact late in the race. I may have already missed it. We'll check the incident replays here afterwards and see if we can capture that. You are with Stryker, P12. Again, he had a different pitch strategy, so he was really banking on a caution, which would have made his pitch strategy really pay off for him. Unfortunately, that didn't come his way, so he is running a lap down, but that's for position late in the game here. So coming to 5 to go, we still have Dwayne MacArthur with a 5-second gap ahead of Christian, Greg, and myself. It might have been around this time we got into some heavy lap traffic that really allowed Dale to close the gap here. So 5 to go. I think Dale's gonna get by the Miller High Life. I still don't know who that is. Last video, I was like, I don't know who drives the Miller High Life. And here we are a week later. Lee Wardzel. He commented on my last video. Lee, now I know who you are. Now I know what vehicle you drive. So I figured I blew through my tires, and I thought that Dale was going to catch me. It might be coming up soon, but he gets loose on a corner exit. Spoiler alert. We'll see if we can capture that. Then we'll go bounce through the rest of the cohort and see how we're finishing up. So you can see Dale coming off. Turn 3. Oh, gets loose, makes contact with the outside wall. And that's what saves us our P4. Oh, wow. What a save. What a save. I didn't know all that happened behind me. I knew he was right behind me, then he wasn't. Let's see if Yopa was able to get by him here. Yopa gets right on his tail. We'll ride along. Chase with Yopa here. Now he's on his outside. 3 wide out of short track. Usually not ideal. We got lap traffic with nowhere to go. So we're coming final lap. Again, I'm running P4 right behind Greg. There's really nothing to show you there. We lost some time, so we're a second behind. This is the best battle among the cohort late in the run. Gets on the outside, tries to send it, and almost pulls it off. And that's going to be that. So we got myself bringing it home, P4. I go up and give Greg a nice little kudos, because that was a fun race. I think 100 laps I was right on this dude's bumper. It wasn't good enough to get by him, but it was a lot of fun. And that's going to do it. We have the first win for Dwayne MacArthur of the season. So let's go through some incidents and see what happened here. So here we are, green flag. We're just going to go through the incidents here. The first incident was Greg, as we saw. Next, we have the contact between DM and Striker. We also saw that. Moving on. We have Luke, but she catches the wall on corner exit. Just brushes it. We have our buddy Lee in the Miller High Life, brushes the wall. I think that's going to be a common thing throughout this race, is people brushing that wall on corner exit. Let's see what Greg does here. Alright, quite the incident that was. No idea. Moving on. Another Greg. Isn't 33 Greg? How many Gregs we have in here? Well, I don't see where that incident is either. So we'll move on. He bobbles, catches the outside wall. Yes, sir. Greg gets in the marbles, catches the outside wall. Going back to Greg. This is the Greg show here. Okay. Moving on. We have John Hastings. Alright. Don't know where that one is. Do we have some door rubbing here? Nope. Okay. I'm not really sure what these incident replays are showing us here, because not all of these are incidents. We'll see if he hits wall on corner exit. No, he backs off. That was good. Nothing to see here. He's in the pits. Not sure how that's an incident. Christian coming out. Does he... Christian, unlikely hits the wall. From P2. Doesn't cause him any damage, though. Yopa trying to make the most out of that. Get that angle in. Touches the outside wall. Greg might touch the outside wall there. We have DM touching the outside wall. We have Rick getting loose on the apron. That's tricky down there. That is tricky. Going back to Greg. Again, he had early damage, so his car probably didn't drive all too well, which is contributing to his incidents here. Oh no. Contact between Panic and Greg there. And this is Dale's incident. Let's look at this. Hits the outside wall. Gets back into it. Oh, then he hits the apron and loses it again. Keeps it straight and maintains the position. He still finishes P5. And that's probably gonna be it for the ints. I lied. A Bob wall tap. A John Hastings wall tap. Nope, crickets. Not sure what that is. DM. I think the race is over at this point. And that's going to do it. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Congratulations to Dwayne. Shout out again to Victor Lane and Victor Lane Sports iRacing League. This is good fun. I appreciate him doing this. And the winner, Dwayne MacArthur. Until next time, guys. Cheers.